So the next goal for 2018 is a pretty big one. This is something that I wanted to do ever since I started working, and I've been putting a lot of thought into this, and it's actually to buy a flat or to own my own space. I was thinking a lot about this, and I didn't know whether the finances would work out, whether it will benefit me in the long run, whether I would, hate my place, or whether I would want to stay in my place, or kind of like buy a place and rent it out, or what to do. And I think I've kind of like come up with a plan now that I'm okay with, and I know myself, I know I really like and I want to continue staying in hospital accommodation. If you haven't seen my video on moving into hospital accommodation, kind of like the benefits and the perks of staying in hospital accommodation, I will leave a link to that video down below. And for the next probably 5 or 6 years, I probably will be staying in hospital accommodation, but I still want to own my own space and kind of like buy a flat so that I can rent it out, and that income from that will kind of like be enough to support my rent in the hospital accommodation. So that is my idea. I'm still thinking a lot about it and speaking to a lot of people, but hopefully by the end of this year I would be able to buy a flat. The other thing is, I don't want to take a loan or a mortgage in order to buy the property. I don't believe in paying interest, and I rather kind of save up my money over a couple of years and kind of have enough to actually pay for the whole property, rather than take up a loan or a mortgage and have to pay it off over a number of years. So that is the other thing, and hopefully I've been saving for a number of years now, so hopefully by the end of this year I'll be able to kind of like say that I own a place. And so that is my goal, and that is something that I've been working on ever since I started working. The other thing is looking at the right location to buy a property. I definitely don't want to buy a property down south, so somewhere in Surrey. I think it's too expensive, and you're just paying for the area rather than you're paying for the property itself. So I'm looking into places up north, places that I've been to before, so somewhere like Nottingham or Newcastle, or even kind of like Manchester and Liverpool. So those are my top areas that I'm looking at, and I haven't done any viewing or anything, but that would be my next step going forward to this plan. The next goal for 2018 is actually to try new beauty products. I'm not a beauty vlogger. I know I might seem like one because I do a lot of unboxing, and I do a lot of unboxing about makeup products, about trying new kind of like skincare items and lip balm, but I'm nowhere near the status of a beauty vlogger, and I definitely don't want to be one because that's not my expertise. My expertise is more kind of like lifestyle and well-being and things like that. But I do want to try new beauty products this year, especially things that I've not tried before, things that I'm not comfortable with, like trying new highlighters, trying kind of like liquid face luminizer and things like that. And that is something that has been on my mind. I kind of like put things into my basket online, but I never check it out. I'm just too afraid that it will not look good on me, or not like the way I look. I kind of like have a go-to makeup routine that I do every day, and I stick to it because I know it looks good and I know it'll take me this amount of time to do it. So that's probably why I stick to it. But in the new year, I really want to experiment with new beauty products, and even if it's just trying out samples and trying out kind of like face mask and things like that, that is something that I really want to do. I know Simple is a skincare brand in UK, and they have really good kind of range for like facial toners, facial wipes, and I think I used their toner and wipes before. They recently came out with a face mask, kind of like easy to put on kind of sheet mask, and that is something that I really want to try out. It's not very expensive. I think you can get it from Boots, and because it has just come out now, there's lots of like promotions on it, so that is something on my list to do, and I'll probably try that out sometime next month. So my next goal goal for 2018 is actually to find a job for next year. I don't know whether I told you guys, but my contract with my current hospital is for 2 years, and that is how long my training program is. So after this year, after August, technically I don't have a job. We make our applications in February, and that is for a specialty training program, and I have a list of like 20 specialty training programs to choose from. The system here is really different from the ones in America and the ones in Australia or Canada or even Malaysia actually. So what I've done now is actually equivalent to an internal medicine residency. So after that I have to apply for a cardiology residence program or a neurology residence program or any of the medical specialities. I intend to do acute medicine. I've been thinking about this all throughout Christmas and New Year, and it's something that felt really right. It is definitely a part that I can see myself doing 10 years from now. So acute medicine it is, and I can't wait to start applying and thinking about the area where I want to be in. I really like the hospital that I'm working in now. I don't mind working here again, but I definitely want to move out from South London. I definitely want to try and go to somewhere different, so somewhere up north, maybe Nottingham, Manchester or Liverpool. So those are my top picks, but to be fair, I really don't mind wherever I go as long as I get a job. I know I'm that person who wherever I get, I'll be able to make do with as long as I get a job. So that is my goal, and hopefully somewhere in March. I think we make our applications in February, but we know the outcome of it in March and April, whether we got the job or not. So hopefully by March I will know where I'm going or what I'm doing for the next year. So it's really exciting, and I'll definitely take you on with me, especially throughout the whole process, during the application, the interviews and things like that. Definitely something to look forward to, and I can't wait to share that journey with you guys.